This is The Butterfly Effect by Mason Canola. The essential question is, what is the impact of a single moment in life, and how do our choices reveal our character? In Macbeth, Banquo and Macbeth are having a conversation. Banquo says, "I dreamt last night of the three weird sisters. To you they have sown some truth. I think not of them." This is the beginning of Macbeth's betrayal to Banquo and reveals Macbeth that he is greedy and wants to keep the throne for himself. In Persepolis, Marjane's last thoughts before leaving were, "I couldn't bear looking at them there behind the glass. Nothing's worse than saying goodbye. It's a little like dying." This single moment when Marjane is leaving for the airport impacts the rest of her life and matures her into the woman she is today. In Of Mice and Men, Steinbeck writes, "The hand shook violently, but his face set and his hand steadied. He pulled the trigger. The crash of the shot rolled up the hills and rolled down again." This single moment reveals that George is caring for Lenny because George knew that Lenny wouldn't have survived for much longer. In 101 Great American Poems, Hughes writes, "Just a little old letter wasn't even 1 page long, but it made me wish I was in my grave and gone." This single moment in Hughes' life revealed that he has a sensitive character and can be affected by the smallest things. Leclerc writes, "Participants in the high power group consider the misreporting of travel expenses to be a significantly worse offense. However, the game of dice produced a contradictory result. The single moment reveals that people of higher power can be selfish and manipulative in their character and not care about long-term consequences." In today's news, BBC states that early studies found that men with uncommon first names were more likely to drop out of school and be lonely later in life. This reveals that when naming your child, it can have lifelong effects. In the electoral process, after you cast your ballot for president, your vote goes to a statewide tally. In 48 states and Washington, D.C., the winner gets all of the electoral votes for that state. This means his or her party electors in that state will vote in the Electoral College. This single moment of voting can affect the Electoral College and eventually the presidential election. So what is the impact of a single moment in life? How do our choices reveal our character? Will a single moment in one's life can spiral into consequences for the better or for the worse and can reveal one's true nature?
Created using Powtoon.